Welcome back to Cougar Creations. I'm Haley.
And I'm Elena. Have you seen our cheer and dance team supporting our team every Friday?
Yes, I have. They're amazing. Did you know that they do more than just cheer on our teams?
Really? What other things do they do?
We'll find out in today's episode when we talk to our dance and cheer coach.
We'll also be talking to some of our cheerleaders and dancers about their experience and opportunities they were able to achieve from being in cheer and dance. GC's cheer team consists of two different sides, the sidelines and the competition. The sideline group has a more relaxed feel and mainly goes to football and basketball games, while the competition side does everything. Competitions are very hard work, and luckily our coach Carrie does a very good job at training all of them.
Cheerleading is a team activity that involves performing choreographed routines of jumps, tumbling, dance, and stunts to encourage sports teams and entertain spectators. Cheerleading routines are often energetic and require significant athleticism, teamwork, and coordination. Today, we talked to some of our cheerleaders asking about the competition season and what game day is like with them. We also discussed with Coach Carrie, who told us what it's like to coach here at GC and the challenges cheerleaders face. First up is our cheerleaders.
My name is Addison Bowman, and I've been a cheerleader for about 6 years.
My name is Chloe Takash, and I have been cheering since 7th grade, so that would be almost 5 years now.
Some opportunities I've been able to achieve is I've grown more self-growth with myself, and I've got to go to Florida for nationals for cheerleading, so I've got to explore other places because of cheerleading.
As a cheerleader, I've been able to do a lot of things just in my community and even just within the school. We get invited to lots of events like the Special Olympics, and just there's all sorts of events throughout the school year that we're invited to, and just being able to be an ambassador for my school and going out and doing things in the community and people knowing these are Greenfield-Central cheerleaders.
Typically on Monday we just start warming up certain stunts and stuff throughout the week, planning for the game on Friday, and we get really excited obviously on Thursday and Friday, and we start running our game plan, and that's pretty much it.
Well, we just recently started our competition season, and we've had to make lots of adjustments with injuries and people getting hurt, so we've had to tweak our routine lots of times very quickly before competition. So we're really just trying to hammer in our routine and working on the small details that come with just repetition that we haven't been able to get with all of our changes that have been happening. So I think just being able to consistently run our routine with everyone there and everyone healthy is one of our overall goals.
Now on to our beloved cheer coach, Carrie, who went to Purdue and currently teaches biology. We asked her about her personal cheering experience and why she coaches at GC.
I started cheering when I was about 3 or 4 years old and have never walked away. I think I knew really early on I wanted to be a coach someday. I looked up to all my coaches growing up. They were important role models for me and had a big impact on creating who I was going to be. So I think I knew early that I wanted to get to do that for kids younger than me. I have moved around to different places. I followed my husband for his career and coached at a lot of places. The opportunity just kind of fell into my lap that the school needed a teacher and a cheerleading coach, and the program was going to be a blank slate for me to kind of create the program that I want it to be. That's exactly what I was looking for.
There's lots of challenges in cheer, so we talked about what the competition season is like for our cheerleaders. We also discussed their last year's Disney trip and what game day is looking like for them.
Competition season is busy. Busy is a good word. We practice about 3 days a week, sometimes 4, and then we compete on Saturdays, and we also cheer football games on Friday nights. So we take Wednesdays off and most Sundays. So we get 2 days a week that we don't have to think about cheerleading. But the rest of the week, there's always something to work on. Our routines have a lot of components, as well as cheering football games on Friday nights, plus the added things like youth clinic and homecoming parade and pep rallies and all the extra things that go into our sport. Competition on top of all of that is busy. Yeah, so we did go to nationals last year. That's held in Orlando, Florida on Walt Disney World properties. That was a really big deal to make our first appearance on the national stage. A lot of schools around here have done that before, and it's a lot of work. It took almost 3 years to build the program to a place that was ready to go there. So it was exciting to get to take the Cougars to be nationally competitive. It's a big week. It's a lot going on, but it's fun. We actually plan to go back this year again in February. We usually spend time on Thursdays to prepare for Friday night game days. We talk through if it's a home game. I conference with the dance coach on they're going to be there too. So what do we want to do together? What are we going to do separate? Who's taking which quarter break in the games? So I work with her and then go back and communicate that with my kids. But we plan everything from the run through when the team runs through the big banner all the way till the very last minute of the game. So run through, national anthem, fight song at the beginning. What's the student section doing? Are we going to communicate with them? What are the things we're doing together? What are we doing with the dance team? Is there a theme with the student section? Are we going to wear something to match like the student theme? And then what stunts are we going to throw? When are we going to throw them? What skills are we going to incorporate? What cheers are we going to call? All those things happen on Thursdays to prepare for Fridays.
Then we got into the goals for the year and the responsibilities the cheer team has outside of games and the competitions.
Yeah, so we are kind of unique that our sport is pretty much year-round. We take a little bit of a break in the spring. Not very long. We take a little bit of a break there. But we start with tryouts in the spring for the next fall. So we have to have our varsity fitting meeting where we order all our camp gear, backpacks, warm-ups, uniforms, bows, poms, all the things that we need for the year. That all has to happen in the spring. Then we practice all summer long. So also in the summer we go to camp. That's an overnight commitment. And we usually stay on a college campus. It's a multi-day event. So we go to camp in the summer. We also do youth clinics about 3 times a year. So we like to include the little kids in the community, keep them involved with us, get them to be excited to be Cougars too as they grow up. So youth clinics, the homecoming parade, we just passed that, pep rallies. We do other community involvement events. We hosted like a Pack the Meal, it's called Million Meal Movement, and we packed over 250,000 meals for food pantries in Hancock County. That was a big event we hosted. So things like that. We try to stay involved in the community and stay connected with the school too. Goals for this season. We have, for the first time, we're going to try to take 2 teams to nationals. Last year was our first go-around, and we took one, and the goal this year is for both to make it. If they don't, that's okay. We'll take one, but the goal is to have 2. Also to place in that top 10, top 5 at the state competition in November. That's a big goal, to have a higher placement there this year. And then just to keep our program growing. We have the biggest program we've ever had right now. We have 32 athletes, and we would love to see that number keep growing throughout the years. So making sure our athletes are having fun and we all like to be here and we have a positive environment of respect and hard work. So keeping the program moving in the right direction is a really big goal for me.
Our dance team, much like cheer, has 2 different sides, jazz and pom. Both these groups go to competitions. They also work very hard during basketball and football games, performing for the crowd, using pom-poms and, of course, their dances.
Dance is an art form involving mind, body, and skill. It is one of humanity's oldest forms of expression, seen in celebration, rituals, recreation, and personal expression. Today we asked our dancers about the experiences and opportunities that our dance team has provided them. We also have a special talk with Mrs. Bennett, the dance coach, about the challenges, the achievements, as well as the goal of her and her dancers go through. First up, however, is our dancers.
My name is Izzy Rosa, and I have been dancing since I was about 3 years old.
My name is Lizzie Hansen, and I've been dancing since I was 3.
Competition season for dancers is just a time where a bunch of different teams can get to know each other, and we prepare several different styles of routines, like Blue Fusion does jazz and pom, and we are able to compete against a bunch of other amazing teams. And for preparing for it from about now, football season, through winter to March, we are constantly working through our routines, and we are conditioning nonstop, and we are making changes and just making sure it's the cleanest that we could be.
Competition season is really just nonstop cleaning routines, making sure that we all look together and that we can get through our routines best we can, make sure they're all sharp, and it's really fun. It's a lot of team bonding, a lot of together time, but yeah, it's really fun.
Dance has provided me an amazing second family, and it has provided me with a lot of social skills, and I feel like my overall confidence with other people has been super improved with how I interact with other dancers and other teams and other coaches. So
I've made a lot of friendships with my teammates, and it's taught me how to manage my time properly, being a student athlete, doing school and dance because it's a big time commitment, and how to be a leader.
Now on to Coach Bennett, who graduated from an Indiana State College and danced at Greenfield-Central when she was a teenager. She says that she always wanted to be a dance coach for our Greenfield students. We asked her about her inspirations, the upcoming season preparation, and the challenges her dancers face daily.
So I have always wanted to be a GC dance coach. The inspiration kind of came from me dancing here when I went through the program. I danced all 4 years while I was here. I went on to continue dancing at Indiana State University. All 4 years I was there, so dancing collegiately. And then just coming back to town after I graduated, was able to find a job here, and there happens to be an opening to be able to come back and continue to work with the program. So I don't know, you find something that you love and you just keep coming back to it.
We talked about game day and that preparation. We also asked for the 2025 and 2026 season goals and what it's like to return to dance as a dance coach.
With comp season coming up, we are currently practicing 3 days a week right after school. We have a jazz team and a pom team this year. So the jazz team practices on Tuesdays. We have a joint team practice, everybody, on Wednesdays. Typically we work on technique that are in both of those routines. And then we have a pom practice on Thursday. So just continuing to work through those routines that we learned. We learned the routines over the summer. Just continuing to work on those, clean them up and make sure the technique is hitting and you get those nice lines that everybody sees that look good. Mm-hmm. So just continuing to work on that stuff. Some challenges that we face a lot of times during practice. We go count by count when we're going through the routines and cleaning them. And that doesn't sound like a ton of or too intimidating, but when we're going through that, we're literally saying, okay, show me what this count is. Ready, set, go, freeze. And we go around and we fix everybody. And then we go, okay, show me the next count. And it's very, very tedious. It's very tiring on the muscles as the dancers are practicing that, but that's how we can get it crisp and clean.
Finally, we mentioned the new items the dancers have gotten this year, including the new dance studio.
Being able to come back and coach the team that I once went through the program for has been such a special and rewarding full circle moment for me. I was a captain all 4 years when I was in high school, being able to help lead the team and guide the team to some state championship titles. Mm-hmm. My junior and senior year of high school, we actually won state, so I have 2 state rings.
That's so cool.
So fun. But just being able to put that love back into the program and be back and see the growth that the team has made in the last 5 years that I've been coaching has been very, very rewarding and so amazing. One piece of advice I would give someone looking to try out for the dance team is being able to fully commit to the schedule. We often joke that it's a 13-month sport because we're finishing state finals and within a couple of weeks we have tryouts for the next season. So does it really end? It does, but I think being able to fully commit to it is a lot, but being able to do that and also being able to know that it's okay to fail and do what we're asking in the sense of try a new skill. And if you fail, that's okay, but we just want to help you with that growth. And sometimes you have to fail to be able to get the growth. The dance team did just get a new studio, and that is one of those amazing full circle moments I was talking about earlier, to be able to now be the coach that is responsible for keeping track of the schedule for the studio and having a place that we can finally call home. Mm-hmm. When I went through the program, we were constantly bouncing back and forth through different practice facilities. We didn't have a place to call home. So if something came up in the building, or most commonly we would be practicing at elementary schools around the district or intermediate schools, if something would come up in one of those buildings, we would get kicked out. And I remember having practices in the hallway or the cafeteria a couple different times. So being able to have a place that 100% is ours, no getting kicked out, no last minute reschedules, is amazing. Some of our goals for the 2025-2026 dance season are just continuing to improve. We doubled the size of the team this year. I have 9 or 10 freshmen, I think, so very young team. And we're just trying to continue to improve our technique and grow. We are able to travel to nationals this year, so very excited for that. We're going to we're going to Orlando in February to compete on a national stage. So very excited for that. Just hoping to really be able to get a full experience for the dancers and see what is outside of just the 4 walls of the high school or the state of Indiana.
Welcome back. We hope you learned a little bit more about our cheer and dance programs.
Wow, I for one definitely did.
That's great.
We hope you have a cheer-tastic day.
Want to learn more? Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and make sure to subscribe and smash that like button on YouTube for future videos.